Well, the government's been busy today, also investigating two Ford models after reports of gas pedals getting stuck under floor mats. You'll remember it was gas pedal problems that forced Toyota to recall millions of vehicles, then hell burst loose here. Now Congress has a solution: require all new vehicles to have these black boxes similar to those found in airplanes. My next guest says the bill would drive up price tags on cars by thousands of dollars. Lauren Fix is the car coach. First, Lauren, what would be on these black boxes?
Well, it all depends on what they decide to regulate, but it looks like what they're looking for, at least this is what the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration would like to have, is the 6 seconds or so just prior to a crash and then a few seconds afterwards. So this way, it'd make it easier for the litigating attorneys and the insurance companies to decide who's at fault and also to find if there's a factory default of some form.
What's wrong with that?
Well, I don't know. I think there's a couple things. First off, it's going to increase the cost of cars. I mean, from a safety standpoint, sure, it might be good if the fault is not yours. But if it's going to triple the cost of the existing black boxes to upwards toward $5,000, the data that can be collected can be more than just the accident data. Once that information is in there, it's just as simple as reprogramming a chip and deciding that they want more data. It has to be in a fireproof, waterproof box, which is going to increase the value. Sort of something similar to what an aircraft might have. All
right, so obviously it could be a privacy invasion if they go too far. In other words, they could police me hitting fast food joints on the way home. Not good, especially if my wife thinks I'm sticking to my diet. But leaving that aside, I'm wondering, Lauren, whether just the cost of this, we're told upwards of $5,000 a vehicle, would that truly be passed on? I mean, it's not as if the industry can afford to do that.
Well, the industry can't afford to absorb $5,000 or so, even if it came down to mass producing them to $2,000. The industry is not going to absorb that. Just like any new technology, they're going to pass that on to the consumer. And with the economy being what it is, consumers may decide to buy a car that has less options on it because this vehicle is required to have it by 2015. Now, mind you, this isn't in ink yet, but as soon as it does become in ink, it just opens doors, though, for more regulation on cars. And I just think the more regulation, the more invasion of privacy. When you look at it from that perspective, it's just going to increase the cost of each vehicle, and people can't afford vehicles, and just the whole thing, I think it's just more invasion. I'd rather see them let us have our cars and our freedom.
Lauren Fix, thank you very much, the car coach.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, there is nothing worse than having nothing. I should know. Been there, now living in a country happy to do that.